Good morning, everyone. In today's class, we'll take the second part of the story, a question of trust. In the first part, we came to know that the thief or the narrator in the story went to a rich house to steal the things, to rob. Being a rich house, he was very happy that this amount he will get from the house will be suffice for him to lead his life for 5 years. Initially, everything goes okay. He entered in the house, was just about near about the safe because everything was given in some magazine article. But the twist came the moment he came across a lady. He thought the lady to be the mistress of the house, and the lady talked with him in a very friendly, in a smart manner. Narrator, the thief, till now was in a very light mood and took it very normally. So we'll take the second part now. Before we start, we have two questions to find out during the study of the part 2. Who is speaking to Horace Denby? Who is the real culprit in the story? Means we'll not disclose it. Let's start. It was quite kindly voice, means the lady's voice was quiet and kindly, but one with firmness in it. There was some firmness in the voice. Firm means strictness. A woman was standing in the doorway, and Sherry, that was the dog, we knew it, was rubbing against her. And this is very important line. The dog was rubbing against the lady, means clothings. Definitely. So this may be added to writer's mind that the Sherry, that dog, knew the lady very well. She was young, quite pretty, and was dressed in red. She was dressed in red clothes, young, pretty lady. And very important line is this, that the dog was rubbing against her. And this all must have convinced the thief, Horace Denby, to believe that the lady would be mistress of the house. The lady walked to the fireplace and straightened the ornaments there. She straightened the ornament means she made her ornaments okay. Means उसने अपने ornaments को ठीक ठाक किया. Down Sherry means she asked the dog to sit down, and the lady said, "Anyone would think I had been away for a month." So she said this line. This is a very crucial line that actually churned the thief's mind. So she said to herself, "Anyone would think I had been away for a month." Means anyone could think that the lady had not been in the house for 1 month, and anyone means anybody, especially the person who had wrong intentions, like thief, and they can enter here. But see, to their surprise, I am here, means the lady is here in the house. She smiled at Horace and went on. What she went on? Went on means keep on saying. However, I came back just in time, though I didn't expect to meet a burglar, and burglar means thief. And the lady's voice is quite confident. She made the thief frightened by using all these lines. That, however, I came just in right time means I am here in just right time to trap a thief. But I did not, means the lady said that she did not expect there is a burglar. And she realized the burglar, that the lady knew that he is in burglar, enter in the house, and she is mistress of the house. She has caught the thief in right time. Horace had some hope because she seemed to be amused at meeting him, and he might avoid trouble if he treated her the right way. And Horace Denby, though a thief, little sensible also, but he took it in a positive way because Still, the lady's mood was quite light. So he decided, or the thief thought, that he could avoid the coming trouble if the lady will be treated in right way. The thief said, if he will behave in a very ill manner, he will be caught. So it's better to treat that lady in a very gentle way so that his life will be spared at least. He replied, I didn't expect to meet one of the family. So, in a light tone, the thief said that he did not expect that he would meet inside the house to the family member. She nodded, I see what an inconvenience it is for you to meet me. What are you going to do? The lady said that yes, I can understand. The lady could understand what sort of inconvenience now the person is facing after seeing that lady in the house. Definitely, a thief will not be in convenience mood or not be in kind of cool if you see someone in the house to disturb your deed, and the deed is of robbing, doing some burglary attempt. Horace said, my first thought was to run. And Horace said that the first thing that came to his mind was that he should run from the house anyhow to save his life, first of all. Of course, you could do that, but I would telephone the police and tell them all about you, and they would get you at once. So he being very gentle fellow means normally he admitted it in front of lady that he is a thief, and he thought it to be sensible enough to admit it in front of lady and to succumb in front of lady, or we can say to surrender, so that the lady could have some mercy on him and could spare him. So he said everything, that my first thought, his first thought was to run. And the lady said, yes, you can do that. He could do that, but the lady would telephone the police and tell police about that all happened. So telephone is actually, generally we use telephone as a noun, but here in this sentence it is verb. So we sometimes also use I phoned him, I telephoned him. So this also can be used as verb. We'll study this in a grammar chapter called nominalization. Or I said, I would of course means he would of course run, cut the telephone wires first and then. So, but he hesitated, a smile on his face, and he said, I would make sure that you could do nothing for some time. A few hours would be enough for doing this all. So she looked at him seriously and asked, you'd hurt me? The lady asked all the information. The lady asked all the intentions. The lady must have guessed the fellow little innocent in many ways. So she got all the information. Would you hurt me? Horace paused and then said, I was trying to frighten you when I said that. You didn't frighten me. Horace suggested it would be nice if you would forget your you ever saw me. Let me go. So Horace said it would be nice if you forget that you saw me, means you saw the thief, and you let me go. The voice was suddenly sharp. Why should I? Means the lady said, why should I let you go? You are going to rob me, and if I let you go, you'll only rob someone else. Society must be protected from a man like you. So the lady is very smart at speaking. It's all about verbosity, I can say. And the lady trapped him in his, you know, trap of kind of verbosity. So the lady said, I should not let you go because you intended to rob the lady, means her. If he would not be given chance to do so, definitely he will go to someone else. So it's better that society must be protected from a person like you. Or I smiled. I'm not a rock man who threatens society. I steal only from those who have a lot of money. So this is a very, you know, sensible or humanity part of his heart. I can say that he says that he steals from only those families which can afford a stealing. I steal for a very good reason, and the good reason you very well know. In the very starting, I said, and I hate the thought of prison. Means I do not like to go to any prison. That's why I steal to some specific place. I plan it well in advance. Do that, then stay happy and safe for complete throughout the year. And what he does the robbery for, you know that. I hope you guessed it. For reading good costly books. The lady laughed after listening his answers, and that fellow thief Horace Danby begged, thinking that he had persuaded her. Begged means he requested. Why did he request? He thought that the lady is now sure of him, persuaded of his good logics, good reasons. So the lady would be ready to help him. So he said, "Look, I have no right to ask you for anything, but I am desperate." The lady said, means there is no right for the lady to ask the thief, because definitely thieves are king of their own mind, so they would not listen anyone. But the lady said that she was in desperate means badly, she was in badly some need. That's what we call desperately. So she said that she is in desperate need of something. What is that desperate need? Okay, desperate means in despair, hopelessness. But here it means we say generally say I was desperately in need of this. So desperate means in badly need of something. Let me go, and I promise never to do this kind of thing again. I really mean it. So he said to that lady that he is in desperate, he is in distress, he is not in a good mood. Now after entering in some house and someone has seen him, so he said that lady that let him go, and he promised never to do this kind of things again in life. So it tells that somehow, somewhere at the pure corner, he is actually pure at heart. That's why he said everything. The lady was silent. She was very smart lady. She was planning what could be executed now. Watching him very closely, then the lady said, "You are really afraid of going to prison, aren't you?" She came over to him, shaking her head. "I have always liked the wrong kind of people." And the lady said this. She had always liked the wrong kind of people. Why? It must have said. We'll discuss it in class. Still, I don't have any very apparent reason for this. Why the lady must have said this line. She picked up a silver box from the table and took a cigarette from it. Horace, eager to please her and seeing that she might help him, he took off his gloves and gave her his cigarette lighter. So Horace was now highly convinced that the lady's mood was okay and she would help him. And seeing this all, now he was also friendly with the lady, and he tried to be in a friendly term. So he started lit cigarette for the lady, and he did a big mistake. You can see he removed his gloves and he touched the lighter with his own hand. "You let me go." He held the lighter towards her. "Yes, but only if you do something for me." "Anything you say?" Means he was ready to do anything in cost of going. Now, before we left for London, I promised my husband to take my jewels to my bank, but I left them here in the safe. I want to wear them to a party tonight, so I came down to get them. But means there is some complete long dialogue. This is not mentioned here. And who is the speaker of the sentence? The bright eyes and the bright minded lady said this dialogue. This is true or not? Let's find out. So she assured the thief, Horace Denby, that the lady want to go somewhere, and she forgot to take her jewelry that she had to adorn with that night, and the lady had to get it with her. Horace smiled. You've forgotten the numbers to open the safe, haven't you? And Horace took it a very golden opportunity for him to save his life. So he asked some question. I would rather call it silly question because it added to the help of the lady. So he asked, and you must have forgotten the numbers. Generally, it is a general common course that people actually happen to forget the numbers. Haven't you? The lady got a very good excuse to make her work done. So she said yes, replied the young lady. Just leave it to me and you will have them within an hour. Means you will get these all in 1 hour. Means he is very expert in opening and breaking the lockers and all. But I will have to break your safe. And he said, I will have to break it as the numbers has been forgotten. But he could not understand one thing. This is irony that sometime whatever we do, we could not understand what we are doing. So he said simply, he was in a very exalted, jolly way, and he very triumphantly he said, yes, your jewelries will be in front of you. Just wait for 1 hour, and I will have to break your safe. And he is calling the lady that your safe. Why I am highlighting this line, your safe? We'll discuss it later. Lastly, don't worry about that. My husband won't be here for a month, and I will have the same mandate by that time. And the lady convinced the thief by all wordings, by all excuses. She said, okay, husband is out for 1 month and the safe locker will be mandate means will be done okay by that time. Mandate means this treatment will be done and it will be done okay. Some mechanics will be called and the lock will be okay fine. So she said to the thief that don't worry about that. You just open or break the lock. And within an hour, Horace had opened the safe, given her the jewels, and gone happily away. For 2 days, he kept his promise to the kind young lady. On the morning of the third day, maybe this promise said by the lady to him that he would not speak it to anyone, and he did the same, being a foolish fellow. And on the morning of the third day, however, he thought of the books he wanted and he knew he would have to look for another safe. Definitely, he could not do that plan well. So, he must have decided to, or he was planning to go to some other place just in couple of days. But, but he never got the chance to begin his plan. Now, that was his last act. Do that day because of the smartness of the lady. Why? By noon, a policeman and had arrested him for the jewel robbery at Shotover Grange. This was accused on him. Now, you must have understood what actually had happened. If not, I am going to speak. His fingerprints, for he had opened the safe because he had opened the safe without gloves. You notice that were all over the room. Means the lighter, the room, means the tools, or maybe some other places. The chair he must have used for sitting because after couple of 1 hour or couple of 1 or 2 hours, he was just friendly with the lady. His fingerprints was all around. So definitely he was trapped. And when he said that the wife, the mistress of the house or the wife of the owner herself asked him to open the safe for her, nobody believed on it. The wife herself had a grey hair, sharp tongued woman of 60 and said the story was nuisance. The wife was also there at the time he was trapped, and it may be some other lady. But Horace Denby actually thought that lady who entered in the house earlier, smart lady, beautiful eyes, nice voice was actually not the mistress. He mistook it, the lady, to take as the owner of the house. And this all change brought the twist to our story. Means the lady was again a thief, another thief. She outwitted him and asked him to do all this for her, and she went away with the jewelries. She was actually again a thief, smarter than this another thief called Horace Denby, and his fingerprints were all around. He was trapped. Now, in the prison, Horace is the assistant librarian in the prison. You know why he's assistant librarian? Because he loved to read books. Maybe his good habits, his hobbies to read books, dragged him to this post of librarian in the prison. But he is in prison. He often thinks of that charming lady. In the picture, you can see that he thinks about that lady whenever he is in idle hours sitting in the library. He thinks about that such a clever, young minded lady who saw in the same profession, who was in the same profession as he was, and the lady tricked him, dodged him in a smart way. And one more thing about the thief Horace Denby, that whenever in the prison anybody would talk about honor among thieves, that thieves have honor for another thief, they have respect for other thief, Horace Denby gets angry. Why he gets angry? Because he is a victim of all these believing honor among thieves. And it means the first saying is appropriate here, that you should set a thief to catch another thief. So this way the story ends. So the lady is again a smarter thief than him, and he he is a 50 years old mature fellow. He was unmarried. He was a lock maker, all smart, means he knows his work well. But the lady planned the robbery better than him. He made certain mistakes, leading him problem and leading him to that prison door. At the time of the robbery, things went wrong and he was tricked by another thief, that smart lady. And the lady was pretty young lady. The lady went scot free, but Horace was arrested and he was sent to prison as he did some silly mistakes. He mistook the lady being mistress of the house, and he believed in the story narrated by the lady that she wanted jewels and all. So this was all about the story. We'll discuss question answer in online classes. You all are requested to please till then try your answers on your own. Enjoy reading. Stay safe. Thank you.